Pearls aren't just beautiful, they're part of a massive global market, projected to reach 25 billion by 2030. Each one takes years to form inside an oyster, going through a meticulous journey before becoming a prized piece of jewelry. But what really happens behind the scenes, and what makes some pearls worth a fortune? Stick around here at the Process World because the answers might just surprise you. Not all oysters create pearls, and even when they do, most of them aren't the flawless gems that you see in jewelry stores. In fact, natural pearls are so rare that only 1 in 10,000 oysters will ever produce a perfect one. That's why they've been treasured for centuries, because finding one in the wild is almost like winning the lottery. Pearls form when an oyster protects itself from an unwanted visitor, like a grain of sand or a tiny parasite. Instead of getting rid of it, the oyster covers it with layers of nacre, the same smooth material that lines the inside of the shell. Over time, these layers build up, creating a pearl. The process can take years, and the result depends on the oyster's environment, the minerals in the water, and even the species itself. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Pearls aren't just white. They come in shades of black, gold, blue, pink, and even purple, all thanks to the unique conditions in which they form. Whether found in the deep ocean or freshwater rivers, each pearl is a one-of-a-kind creation shaped by nature itself. But natural pearls are rare, which is why pearl farming has become the solution to meet demand. You see, instead of waiting for nature to create pearls by chance, farmers carefully raise oysters in controlled environments to ensure they produce high-quality pearls. This process, called pearl cultivation, takes years of patience and precision. One of the most famous places for pearl farming is Ago Bay in Japan, a region known for its clear waters and stable conditions. Here, oysters are nurtured from a young age, protected from predators, and given the best possible growing environment. The water must be just right. Too much pollution or sudden temperature changes can ruin an entire harvest. To keep the oysters healthy, farmers even add microalgae to the water, providing a natural food source that helps them grow strong. The entire process is carefully managed, from selecting the best oysters to raising them in floating nets or underwater cages. These oysters aren't just left on their own. Farmers regularly check on them, cleaning off parasites and making sure they have everything they need to develop thick, high-quality nacre. Every step matters because the quality of care depends on whether an oyster will create a pearl that's truly valuable. Now, for an oyster to create a pearl, it needs a starting point. In the wild, this happens randomly, but in pearl farming, experts carefully control the process through a method called seeding. This is the most delicate stage, where skilled technicians perform a precise procedure to begin pearl formation. A small surgical incision is made inside the oyster, and a tiny bead, usually made from polished shell, is inserted. Along with it, a piece of mantle tissue from another oyster is added. This tissue plays a key role. It triggers the oyster to start coating the bead with nacre, the same substance that gives pearls their smooth, shiny surface. Without this step, the oyster wouldn't form a pearl predictably. Once the seeding is done, the oysters don't just go back straight into the water. They need time to heal and adjust. For weeks, they are kept in calm, controlled environments where farmers monitor their health. Not all oysters survive this stage, and some reject the nucleus entirely. The ones that successfully accept it are then transferred to pearl farms, where they begin the slow process of building their pearl layer by layer. The longer an oyster stays healthy, the thicker and more lustrous its nacre becomes. This is what makes the difference between an average pearl and a truly valuable one. The entire process is slow, but every extra layer of nacre adds to the pearl's beauty and durability. After years of careful growth, the oysters are finally ready for harvesting. This is the most anticipated stage, where farmers find out if all their patience and hard work have paid off. The oysters are carefully removed from the water, handled with precision to avoid damaging the delicate pearls inside. Each oyster is clamped firmly and gently opened just enough to access the pearl without harming the soft tissue. Using specialized tools, skilled workers separate the layers of flesh and retrieve the pearl, making sure it remains smooth and intact. The extraction requires a steady hand. One wrong move can scratch the pearl or weaken its luster. Not every oyster produces a perfect pearl. Some are misshapen, some are too dull, and only a small percentage meet the highest quality standards. If an oyster is still healthy after extraction, it doesn't go to waste. It can be reseeded with a new nucleus and returned to the water to start the process all over again, potentially producing another pearl in the years to come. Each pearl harvested is unique, shaped by the conditions of the water, the oyster's health, and the time it spent growing. This is what makes pearls so valuable. No two are exactly alike. Once the pearls are harvested, they don't go straight into jewelry. They go through a detailed factory process to clean, sort, and enhance their natural beauty. This is where precision meets craftsmanship, ensuring that each pearl is graded and prepared for its final purpose. But before we get into that, please leave a like and subscribe for more amazing videos like this one. Now, moving on. Freshly harvested pearls are covered in organic residue from the oyster. The first step is to clean them using a gentle saltwater solution. This removes any leftover tissue or debris without damaging the nacre. In some cases, pearls are tumbled with fine sand or treated with mild chemicals to enhance their surface. The goal is to bring out their natural luster while keeping them in perfect condition. It's then time to sort them. This isn't a quick glance and move on process. Every pearl is carefully inspected under bright lights to determine its quality. Some are perfectly round, others take on oval or irregular shapes, and every single one is unique. Size matters. Pearls are measured in millimeters, and the larger they are, the rarer and more valuable they become. Shape is another big factor. Perfectly round pearls are the most desirable, but not every pearl needs to be flawless. Baroque pearls, the ones with irregular shapes, are just as prized for their unique character, often used in artistic jewelry designs. Then there's color. Pearls aren't just white. They can be gold, black, pink, blue, or even purple, depending on the oyster species and the minerals in the water. Each shade has its own appeal, and some colors are harder to find than others. Surface quality is also important. A pearl with fewer blemishes and a smoother texture is considered more valuable. And then there's the most crucial factor, luster. This is what gives a pearl its glow. The stronger the reflection, the higher the quality. One by one, pearls are grouped based on these characteristics, ensuring that only the finest make it into high-end jewelry collections. It's a long process, but it's what separates an ordinary pearl from the one that could be worth thousands. Even after cleaning, pearls need a final polish. This step enhances their shine and removes any remaining dullness. Some pearls are treated with organic oils or gently buffed to bring out their full radiance. Unlike gemstones, pearls don't need cutting or reshaping. Nature has already done the work. For pearl necklaces or bracelets, pearls must be matched to create a uniform look. Since no two pearls are exactly alike, this process takes time. Workers arrange pearls based on size, color, and luster to ensure a consistent and visually appealing design. Once the pearls have been sorted, graded, and polished, they're ready for the final step, packaging and preparation for the market. This is where every detail matters, ensuring that the pearls remain protected and presented in the best possible way. For loose pearls, packaging is all about protection. Each one is carefully placed into soft pouches or cushioned containers to prevent scratches. Since pearls have a delicate surface, they need to be handled gently to maintain their luster. High-value pearls are often individually wrapped in silk or velvet-lined cases before being shipped to jewelers or collectors. When pearls are used for jewelry, the process takes even more precision. For necklaces and bracelets, pearls are matched by size, color, and luster, then strung onto silk or nylon threads. To prevent friction between them, small knots are tied between each pearl. This not only protects them, but also ensures that if the strand ever breaks, only one pearl is lost instead of the entire set. Once the jewelry is assembled, it goes into high-end presentation boxes lined with soft material to keep the pearls safe. These boxes aren't just for looks. They shield the pearls from moisture, dirt, and damage before they reach their final destination. Every step of the packaging process ensures that the pearls arrive in perfect condition, whether they're headed for a luxury boutique, a collector's vault, or straight into someone's jewelry box. After years of growth, careful harvesting, and meticulous processing, a pearl finally reaches its final form, ready to be worn as a symbol of elegance and luxury. But here's something to think about. If pearls take years to form inside an oyster, does that mean there are still undiscovered, perfectly round, million-dollar pearls hiding at the bottom of the ocean right now? Share your thoughts in the comments section below.